Yeah, good afternoon again. I did the noisy bit. I got that out of the way. I drilled in here. I could say this is one I did earlier, a bit like a children's program. This is one I did earlier. So I have done this, drilled it. It was very noisy. It wouldn't have been very appropriate. So I've done that now. I'm gonna screw in with washers. I'm gonna screw the washers, and I'll put this up like that. Of course, the bottom still has to be done because anything can go underneath it, but after I'm done, ain't nothing going to be going underneath it. Okay, I'm sorry to say that I'm not a builder. I always tell people I'm not a builder, so things either look good or they don't. My main objective, I have one objective, I've got a mission, and I'm not like a finisher or a builder where he does decorative work. I'm just there I've got one mission. My target is to stop pests. My mission is not to do a decorative, unless of course it's in a interior, like interior. I haven't been known to do, put a trim down. That doesn't take much, it's not rocket science. I can do that. I try my best to make something presentable, but my main objective is to stop pests. I'm not, like I said, I have to emphasize that because builders, builders charge a load of money, of course, a lot more than I charge. So of course, a builder's going to that's his job. But my job is, I've always said that when it comes to pests, and this is very important, never ever get a builder to do proofing. And I have to mention this, and probably have mentioned it. There was a few years ago, I went to East London, and I was going to do mice, and I noticed the carpet was like up like a mountain or on a radiator pipe, and I thought, what's going on here? And apparently someone had got a builder to do proofing, and he put expanding foam in where the hole. It was quite a big hole, but he didn't just put expanding foam. He decided it was a great idea to chop up glass and put that in there. And I can imagine some poor plumber, coming along, and the thing was expanding foam. It wouldn't be work for maybe a year. Chop up all his fingers. This is the most important thing when you're working is health and safety at all times. It's the foundation of pest control, and anyone who's not performing like that it's not good. That's why I always said, let builders do building work, let pest controllers do pest control, because pest controllers, some of us do proofing, and so we proof with the right materials. Expanding foam, I'm going to tell you this now, I don't touch the stuff. It's a rubbish. It's only expanding foam, and I know a lot. Maybe you'll get a lot of criticism from this, but every time I've seen expanding foam used, it's never ended well. It's always been great big gaps and big holes. They just make a mocker of it and say get lost. So, and it's messy stuff as well. It's expensive and it's messy stuff. Expanding foam. Or if you look on the packet of expanding foam or the tin, you will see only filler for windows. That's it. So I don't use it, and and people seem to think it's going to stop everything. It doesn't stop nothing. Plus, it's got a life time that if you do proofing with it goes a funny color and then falls apart. It's not a good material at all. So I have to point that out. I know a lot of people swear by it. Well, me, I don't swear by it. That's my opinion. Anyway, everyone's entitled to his own opinion, but that's my opinion. Well, that's the way it is. I'm moving my stuff around because I've got to organise myself. my tray out, all my bits and bobs. I couldn't put it all out because I've got grilling. I'm doing one thing. I can't have everything out at the same time. So this is. I'm probably use the big ones this time. I'll use these big washers. Yeah, well, the big washers are going to be used. And you're getting a front seat. You know, probably whoever's watching this today has probably got the popcorn out, I suppose. Just want to emphasize that most of the videos is not showing dead things, if that's what you thought you were going to see. So there's a lot of people have got a weak stomach, so I don't want people feeling awful. And I know a lot of people will say, why I do talk a lot. I'm going to tell you why. I'm a Yorkshireman. There you go. There you go. I'm a Yorkshireman from Yorkshire. There you go. That's what we're going to do. Move this over. It's not going to be perfect, but what's going to make it perfect is that down here is a pipe of some type. I don't know what type of pipe that is, but I can't do this dead straight. It's not going to be straight. It's not going to look pretty. It's got another material. I always call it double barrel shotgun, which means there's another material to be deployed before this one is finished. I've got a wee screwdriver somewhere. I have to look at it. A wee screwdriver, and you're saying, I used to live in Scotland, you know. I lived in Scotland for 7 years. A wee screwdriver. That'll do. So, let's just going. And we're moving along. I'm doing another one. Second one done. And there's another one around here somewhere. There he is. Good little. I'm not promoting this, by the way. It's just a little screwdriver, and it's pretty good, you know. When you get drill, normally I have a drill here. I drill with my main one and screw in with this one. It's brilliant. A brilliant little setup, you know. This one has just come right short of this area, but I've got a plan. I've got a lovely little plan in place, which is going to work real well. It's going to fill that right up. And a teeth breaking material. That's it. And we're going to cover over the top, and that's a wee bit of a. I've got another bit. There you go. Everything is on. Yeah, I used my grinder for I had a job this morning, and I had to cut a piece of, I'm going to say the American version, not aluminium, aluminum. I had to cut a bit of aluminum, and you know, it was a new grinder, not used it before, and it's cut like cheese. I could imagine cutting it with a hacksaw. That would have took a long time, you know. Hacksawing that would have took ages to hacksaw it, you know, and just cut through it like it's cutting through cheese, like cutting a slice of cheese for a sandwich, you know. It was just incredible, you know. It's just, it makes life a whole world easier, you know. And you've got to be careful with any tool you're using, you know. It's you've got to be careful. Always be alert when you're using something dangerous. It's gonna work. Yes. yeah, well, definitely confident about what I do. I'm confident always. That's nearly there. I don't know if there's a dead smell, there's a funny smell around here. I'm not very sure what it is. Hope nothing's died under there. Because I didn't put poison down, that's for sure. At my first, I took the job on, but I never did any baiting. Baiting means that you've got dead bodies that you can't even locate. You see, there's nobody thought of that. Of dead bodies that you can't reach, and the smell is 8 weeks. This is one of the reasons why I don't bait. I have to emphasize all of this. People say, oh, why don't you bait? It's easy, but where's the body? You know, one day I had a long time ago, I was in Wembley, and other pest controller put bait down, and it took me 2.5 years, not 2.5, I nearly said 2.5 years there, 2.5 hours to remove the body of someone else's baiting. So it was all blown up and everything. It hurt my arm and everything. I said to myself, no more. I mean, if you're going to bait the consequences of you've got to get the body out, and if you can't, the person has to suffer for 8 weeks before the body. This is a rat I'm talking about, not a mouse. The rat decomposes, and you've got flies, and you know there's a lot of things to go with that, and it's not easy. So I mentioned that. So okay, all right, here we go. Get this in without any hitches. Yes. There we go. It's in. It's in now. This is half the job. It's not the complete job, it's only half. Obviously I couldn't do anything down on dirt. You can't the only thing you can do on dirt is, if I leave it like that, the rats will just say, oh, that's a piece of cake, and they'll just go right underneath, and then they'll be laughing at me, you know. They'll mock me, but I've got a different plan. I did, like I said, I couldn't have drilled the holes and then start messing around with concrete, so I'm going to do the concrete now because it sets quick. I managed to get myself a different brand of concrete. That one is fast setting, so I'm going to smash some tile down and make a beautiful crunchy, not teeth breaking material. So get this out of the way. That's done. Don't need that anymore. It's a bit like making a cake, really. You move the ingredients out and bring another ingredient. I mean, not the same, but mixing a concrete looks like making a cake, I suppose. Roland's birthday. Okay, I'll smash that down with my crowbar. Okay, here we go. That's the most important part. Concrete by itself is absolutely not really good, not good enough. But when you mix it up with something else, it's a different ball game. So they won't be very happy about this. They won't be very happy with me, that's for sure. That's it. That's that done. That's that done. I'm gonna mix a batch of concrete. I'm gonna make a couple of batches of concrete, and then we're gonna deploy it. fix it. Okay. There we are. That's the mixing concrete. Mixing the concrete. And other people sit down and work. I find this with me, I can't sit for too long. I have to be honest with you, I have bad knees. Sitting for a long time is really, or standing for a long, anything standing or sitting, kneeling, I can't do it. I just haven't got the way to do that before I either pull a muscle or I just, my knee doesn't like it very much. It's too much pain. So, and people laugh at me when I lie down, but I feel comfortable lying down, and I'm at peace with myself. You know, I do my stuff my way, just like Frank Sinatra. He did it his way, and I do it my way. That's the way it is. There we are. Just get it in a nice compound, you know. This stuff sets real quick, you know. It's just get covered in concrete when you're mixing it. That's it. Oh, that's the way it goes. So it's getting hot. It's going. Get it set in now. Nearly set in. I've got to do the other one. I've got another one as well. I've got to do them. I have to do them both. Easy to manage than a big bucket, you know. In a big bucket, you know, a big, is it a gallon bucket or something? Massive big volume. That wouldn't last very long, because you would end up with a bucket of concrete that was solid. You wouldn't be able to do anything with it. That's why I like little containers where I can manage it, and it doesn't set. It sets quick, but I've already used it by the time it's set. I have my own methods. Everyone's got his own way of doing things. This is my way. I do my things, what I'm comfortable with. You know. So this is you know, rather than doing a quick video and then showing you what I have done, you're seeing what I am doing. So that's the way I do my job. And that's done. That's set. I used to have a troll. I think I left it at a job. I don't know where it is. I'm going to probably reclaim it back when I go back to a job. And this, we put it around. We mix it with the concrete incorporated, rather than I could mix it like that, but it's just an easier way to kind of incorporate this. They start biting into this, they're going to be in trouble, you know. This is had it. So it goes down like that, and then you just make a little, insert it inside. This is, see what's happening here, and when they can see that it's closing up, and when they can see that it's on the lip. I'm going to bring you closer, because I've got to be careful not to mock up everything, because I'll try and get you closer to exactly what I'm up to here. Then you can see roughly what's going on here. You can see that I know that I've got you down in the right positioning. There you go. Now you're in the right position. Now you can see what I'm doing here. I'm putting the concrete in, and then putting bits of tile. Normally I would break it down more fine and mix it with the concrete, but this is, I think this is more appropriate, and it wedges all the galvanized steel, which prevents anything from attempting to try and get in there. They won't be able to get nowhere near anywhere. A nice little combination of proofing to the best of my ability, of course. I normally don't do 50% anyway. As I have to say, this is, you'll probably find this amusing, that I've always said, if you're going to do something, never try to do something, because a lot of people say, oh, I will try. To me, when someone says I'm going to try and do something, what they're actually saying is, I'm going down the runway in an airline, I'm going to give 50% throttle, and unfortunately that's not enough for a plane to take off. You'll end up as a big ball of flames at the end of the runway. It has to be 100% or nothing, you know. And that's the way some people have, like maybe two businesses, they give 50% here. They don't succeed, because you have to concentrate on one place only. That's my opinion as a business owner. That's coming from a business owner, and that's my honest opinion on that. So I've got a second batch here, which is set real quick. I'm going to do the same thing there, and just push them in, and hopefully this will be, I should have broke it down a little bit better than that. That will definitely line. Hopefully before nightfall this will start getting hard, and then nothing's going to happen, because they won't be getting through anytime that's as best as I can do it. And that's the way it is. An old saying that my father always told me, this. He said to me when I was small, he said, son, never say the word can't. If you say it, you'll be saying can't for the rest of your life. And that's a good lesson. You know, never to quit. Don't say you can't do something you can't. You know, well, my father was very wise, you know. He left home at 14, you know. 14 years old, he left home. And actually chose a different path. He chose the path of an apprenticed racehorse, a trainer actually of a racehorse, apprenticed. And it was very hard in his day. He had a hard life. And anyway, I told you. I'm sorry about the talking. Sorry about this. That's nearly done. Nearly done here. I've got a wee bit to go. I'm going to end the video here, because I have to, where the camera's facing, I've got to work there. So, with this said, I have to end the video. You can see roughly what I'm doing. This is what I do on a daily basis. It's just something I do. This is an easy job. I do a lot harder work than this, a lot harder. I always say this, and I'll say this repeatedly. If you ever have problems with things that you have difficulty trying to overcome, pest problems, this is excluding bird control, please do call Pest Up London, your local pest control guy, on 0203 633 2928. Like and share the video, subscribe, it helps the channel grow. Believe me, I should have started. My biggest regret is not, this channel's 10 years old. I didn't have the knowledge to do it 10 years ago. I didn't know how to, you know, do videos. Anyway, with that said, please, anyway, thank you.